Hello and welcome back to the channel for the final two games of the season, the final two games in League 2. Well, hopefully the final two games in League 2. Hopefully we don't come back here. As you saw at the end of the last episode, we are 2 points clear of Sunderland. We have a better goal difference than them as well. There is 2 games left of the season, so it's 2-2-2 all across the board there. We dropped points in the last episode. If we'd beat Newport County, we'd now be sat on 99 points and we would be 1 game away from promotion. Well, from champions, sorry. Today we play Oldham away from home. Meanwhile, Sunderland are at home against 8th place Doncaster, who are fighting for a spot in the playoffs. A victory today could take them above Cambridge, who go to... Where are Cambridge? They are at home against Cheltenham. So they'll be looking to do a job. Hopefully Doncaster can do a job for us. We're going to show you the team news for today's game now. This is the team for today's game. Webb, Sereno, Benjamin, Dunwoody and Reid. Abbott in front of them. McCann and Hottie, of course it is, in the centre of midfield. Cover on the left. James on the right. Alexander up front. James's average after those 2 goals last time boosted up to a 6.96. So it's all on him again. Get up to 10 goals in this game. Get another 2. Get yourself above a 7 rating. And really endear yourself to me and to the fans at Edgeley Road. Hopefully we can do it. It's a derby game away at Oldham. Let's get into this. Reid will launch this in. It's to no one and Sass Davis can head it away, but Reid picks it up. A lot of space for him. Gives it back to Dunwoody. He can bring it forward. Back out to Reid. He's got the time and space. Ball into Alexander, who's in behind. Smashes it in. Flag goes up. Thought George Alexander had got his 20th goal of the season. Disallowed for offside. Flag went up pretty quick. It's going to be tight just straight offside. Great ball over the top. Good first touch from Alexander. That's a good finish. But it is still 0-0 due to that offside, and Power now will take this corner kick. Sereno heads it away. Hazeman can pick it up on the right hand side, gives it infield to Burrows. Back to Hazeman now. He's going to find space for the shot, and we've somehow come away with the ball there. McCann gives it back to Webb, and hopefully we can regroup now. Benjamin short into Abbott. Sereno, can we work it out? We can. McCann looks long for Alexander, headed away. Clark nods it down, but Cover nips in, gives it back to McCann. Abbott now. McCann looks forward again. Cover, can he beat his man? Goes back to Sereno. Infield to Hottie. Good chest down. Nice control. Back out to Sereno on the left. There's a ball in front of him to Cover. Cover looks for the cross. No, he doesn't. Goes infield to Sereno. He drives to the byline. Ball in towards Alexander. Headed away. Nodded down in towards Cover. Hottie with a lot of space. Hits the shot. And it's just wide. Great effort there. And it remains 0-0. Midway through this first half, just looking at the Sunderland score, they went 1-0 down against Doncaster. It's now 1-1. As it stands, we're still 2 points clear with what will be a game to play after this. Nothing really happened since those early highlights. We've been on top. We just cannot find a way through as it stands. And Sereno will take this throw into cover. Receives it back right on the touchline there, getting his boots wide. Ball into Serki, cuts it out. And Alexander fires it straight at Savin. And it's a good save. It was offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. That ball goes forward to Barry McNally. Heads it down to Barker, who fires it over. And that's Oldham's first real chance of the game. Fired over from about 20 yards, but we let them have a lot of space around the edge of our box, and that nearly come back to haunt us. Cover now, over halfway. Gives it to Alexander, back to McCann. Hottie with a great run. And he's took it wide of the goalkeeper, and he's hit it wide. And he was onside. And what a chance that was here early in this for the second half. There's a ball over now to Alexander. Good touch, but it takes him wide. Now, can he get the crossing? He does. Burrows will head it away. Sereno's got space there on this left-hand side. Holds it up, gives it infield to McCann. Looks at Boyd Totty, who's got space. This time he hits the target, and Florent Totty gets the opening goal of the game 5 minutes into the second half. And it's Oldham 0, Stockport 1. And that's the second time here early on in this second half that he's found himself in between the 2 centre-backs. McCann picks him up with a fantastic ball. Great first touch with his left foot. And with his right foot just smashes it past the goalkeeper, who doesn't move. Bottom corner, 1-0. Hour gone here. Sunderland are doing a job. They are 3-1 up as the ball goes in and Benjamin heads it over. They are doing a job, so they will move to 98 points. It will go down to the final day of the season. They're also winning by 2 goals, so they're bringing the goal difference back to 1. As Hottie puts that ball in towards cover, he takes it down, gives it to Abbott, hits the shot. What a goal from George Abbott. It is 2-0. Hottie with the free kick towards the far post. Cover keeps it in, pulls it back to Abbott, takes that first touch. And what a finish that is, into the top corner. What a way to grab the goal. Midway through the second half, it's 2-0 here. And like I say, Sunderland are doing a job. They're 2 goals up in their game. We could do keeping the goal difference. Actually, then again, I'm not sure how much it makes. Then no, if we draw and they win, obviously it will come down to goal difference. So we could do really keeping the goal difference as high as possible. As Reed now looks for James, cut out by Golden. We don't want to concede after going 2-up into Clark now. He's away from his man. Clark into the box, and what a great save there from Webb. I didn't know whether it was on target or not, but Webb going to his right, tips it round the post, and it remains 2-0 as that corner is headed away, and Barry McNally can give it back to Barker. He's going to get a chance for another cross. He's offside, he's not going to, and hopefully we've just got past that little bit of pressure that they've put on after us getting that second goal. As now, once again, it's played into Alexander, he's back to goal. James looks for the ball, it's a poor ball though, and Savin can smash it away, but Benjamin heads it down into the path of McCann. Cover into Alexander, going away from goal, gives it to cover into Hottie, who's in between the defenders again, and Florian Hottie scores his 14th goal of the season as I punch the screen. 3-0. That is the second time he's found himself in between the two third time actually he's found himself in between the two centre backs, and his second goal, you can see him here drifting once, then the second time he just comes away from Clausen, and that is a brilliant finish, power, placement, the lot. 3-0, and like that is the game done and dusted, and we are going to go into the final day of the season with a 2-goal lead, a 2-point lead, sorry. It might be a 2-goal lead. Hopefully it'll be more. Hopefully we don't concede straight away here as Clausen goes back to Savin. He fires it forward. Hopefully we can win that, and we do. Abbott with a good header into the path of cover. McCann into Alexander now. Cover lays it off to McCann, and he's cut out, and Seriki gives it to Burrows, who looks for Barker. Gets in between the centre backs. He kicked the shot from distance. It's wide of the post. Jack Barker did very, very well there, getting away from his man, but he took the shot early, and it remains 3-0. Into the final minutes of stoppage time now. Sunderland have won 3-1 in their game. We have won 3-0 in Oldham's last home game of the season. In this local derby, we have gone and done an absolute job on them. Florian Hottie getting 2 goals, Abbott getting the other with an absolute sublime finish. What a performance that was. What a second half. Hottie, Abbott, and then Hottie in 20 minutes in that second half. 3-0. And we'll look at the league table before we go into the final game of the season. But if I'm right in thinking, we'll be 2 points clear with a 3 better goal difference, and things are looking absolutely rosy for us going into the final day. So there is the league table, 3 better goal difference, 2 points clear of Sunderland. So if we draw, Sunderland will need to beat Bolton by 3 or more goals, well, probably 4 goals. I'm not sure what the goal scored is. We'll check that in a second. So we're in prime position here. We don't necessarily have to win this last game of the season, but it'll be mightily handy if we do. That will take any kind of nerves away, especially if we can grab an early goal. So everything is settled in the promotion race in Sky Bet League 2. Stockport, Sunderland and Carlisle all promoted to League 1. This is how the table looks. So we've won the same amount of games. We have lost fewer than Sunderland. We've drawn 2 more than them. We've lost 2 fewer. In terms of goal difference, we have a 3 better goal difference. We've scored 5 less goals than Sunderland, and obviously conceded 8 less, so we have a 3 better goal difference. I'm not sure, in case it comes down to it, the rules are it is goal difference and then it's goals scored. So if we draw and Sunderland win by 3 goals, that will mean that we both finish on 50 goal difference, and they will win the league on the fact that they have scored more goals. So not ideal in the slightest. We're just going to go back and show you the games as well. So we're at home against Accrington, who are in 17th place. Sunderland are away at Bolton, who are in 4th place. They can't do anything. If they lose, they may drop down to 5th. They will have home advantage in the playoff semi-finals, but I'm hoping that it's going to be a tough game. Hoping Bolton can go into an early lead there and do something for us. It's the most winnable game out of the final 4 games of the season, but that doesn't mean anything, because in the last 3 games we've dropped points against Newport County, but beat Carlisle handily and beat Oldham handily as well, so that doesn't account for anything. But hopefully the boys can go out and do a job, and this is the team that is going to play in the final league game of the season. We're going to change that and put Moran on the bench. So it is Webb in goal, Penrice is back from injury, Reed and Benjamin in the centre, Davis on the right, Abbott in front of them. It's going to be McCann, and I don't know why Bather was in there, and Hottie in the centre midfield, cover on the left, James on the right, Alexander up front. It is the final league game of the season. We need to win. A draw may be enough if Sunderland can't absolutely hammer Bolton, but I say if we can go out there, get an early goal, it should put all the nerves to rest, and we should be able to win 2 league titles on the bounce. Charles Cook comes infield, goes back to Tipton. Can Alexander put the pressure on? Can't really do it on his own there. He tried, but he couldn't really. Penrice cuts that ball out to cover into McCann. Alexander goes over halfway, driving forward, gives it to McCann, out to the near side, and Penrice cover. Back to Penrice yet again. McCann has covered, has got away on the left hand side, pulls it onto his right foot, into McCann, back to Abbott, within shooting range probably. Penrice towards the far post, James hits the inside of the post and goes in, and 13.5 minutes into this game, we're 1-0 up. Colin James scores yet again. He got 2 in a previous game, and Edgeley Park, a full Edgeley Park by the look of it, erupts as we go 1-0 up, and we have pretty much both hands on the league championship right now. Laird has missed a penalty after 10 minutes in that game at is it the University of Bolton Stadium, and there's a foul, and there's a referee giving a penalty. I think he has, and I was going to change it, but I'm not. I'm going to leave Charlie McCann on penalty duty to make it 2-0. Charlie McCann sends the keeper the wrong way. Of course he does. 9th goal of the season. What a player this guy is. Been absolutely fantastic for me in these 2 seasons here at Stockport. Tucks away from the penalty spot again. Calm as you like, 2-0. Final 5 minutes of the first half here, and as I said, Laird has missed that penalty for Bolton as it remains 0-0 there, but it doesn't matter because we are doing the job here, and you can imagine the atmosphere now will be absolutely raucous. The fans not expecting back-to-back promotions, but getting it, and not only that, getting back-to-back league titles. Just said to the boys that they've been playing well, but they're capable of better. I feel that might be a little bit harsh, but it motivated them. Hopefully we can go out, get a third, absolutely kill this game off. But I mean, Sunderland aren't doing their bit at the minute as we're an hour into these games. They obviously needed to win and hope our result went their way. It isn't going to, as Penrice puts his ball in. Alexander headed back, Richie Reid heads in, 3-0, and we are champions of League 2, back-to-back league titles. And I was just thinking, this was meant to be a one-club save with Hinkley Leicester Road, but we have managed in every single tier, Tier 9, and next season we're going to be in the 3rd tier of English football, League 1. And we have done it with back-to-back promotions, with a Stockport team that were definitely too good to be in the Vanarama National, and has proved that they are good enough with 103 points this season. Too good for League 2. Hopefully this means that we can go into League 1 and we won't be absolutely outclassed. Keep the bulk of these boys together, which I've enjoyed doing for the most part of this season. What a performance it has been today. Just that one slip up in these final 4 games. Sunderland are going to draw 0-0 with Bolton, and we are champions of League 2, promotion to League 1 as champions. What a performance. James scoring yet again in these final 4 games. 3-0. Absolutely over the moon with that. Confirmation, Stockport lifts the Sky Bet League 2 trophy on the final day. We didn't get any animations this time, which was kind of bizarre. The animation went straight to the walk round the pitch. Very, very disappointing that we didn't. But we win the league by 4 points. Our goal difference was 6 better in the finish. 2 3-0 victories to finish off the season against Oldham and against Accrington. What a season this has been. And before we end the episode, we're going to show you the end of season review and awards. So before we end the episode, it is the end of season review for the 2028-29 season. Firstly, we'll look at the new arrivals, and I've gone one too far, let's go back. So only 4 players came in this season. Leon Davies played 33 games, 7.16, he got 3 assists. Well, started 33 games, played 40. George Alexander came in from Bromley. He played 39 games, 35 starts, got 19 goals, 7 assists, 7.21 average. Xavier Benjamin from Fulham, 25-year-old centre-back, 41 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Lenny Ray Sereno from Luton, who we paid money for, £21,000. It must have been £21,000 that we paid for him. Let me just double check that. Yeah, we did. Brought him in from Luton, from the Championship, where he'd played 2 games for them in the previous season. Played a few times for Luton in League 1 as well. 7 assists, 1 goal, 7.24 rating. B- we got on him as well, with a £1 million release fee. So, he's 26. I'm not sure who's going to want to fork out £1 million for him, but nonetheless, he has done a great job coming at left back. And it's shown how little we had to do to this squad. wanted to keep the bulk of the team together, I've done just that. Like I say, just the 4 signings, and they have all done a fantastic job, all played regularly, all averaged above a 7, and that, what more can you ask for? If we look at the season results now, top of the league, expected to finish top half by the board, we finished first. 6,947 average home attendance. I thought we'd do slightly better than that. 17 goals for George Alexander with an A+. FA Cup, we got to see Florence Hottie and George Alexander getting 1 goal each, and that was in the 2-0 victory over Salisbury. We lost against Sunderland in the second round. Average home attendance stayed the same, 6,947, so that's the same across the board. Carabao Cup, be competitive. We reached the 4th round. Callum Cavan got 2 goals. We beat Notts County 1-0. Drew with Preston North End 1-1, beat them on penalties, and then beat Bristol City 2-1 with a last minute goal. Then went out to Manchester United 1-0 in what was a decent performance. And then the Papa John's Trophy, drew with Salford City 1-1, beat Leicester City under 23s 3-1, beat Blackpool 1-0, and then went out on penalties to Notts County, which was disappointing, but we did what the board wanted. We reached the 2nd round. We got a C in that. If we look at the moments to remember, biggest win was a 5-1 victory over Bromley. Moran, Henderson, cover with 2, and Devontae Cole getting 1, and that was after we went 1-0 down as well. Match to remember was a 4-1 victory near the start of the season over Bolton. Really went down on them early on. They got a late consolation goal, and then the goal of the season was a goal from Abbott. It was a goal against Abbott. That was in this episode, or was it the last episode? We're going to see it again just because why not? It was the second goal. Yeah, I believe it was in this episode. It was the second goal in this game, sandwiched in between Hottie's goals. We'll see all 3 of the goals actually. McCann's ball into Hottie here. That finish fired into the bottom corner. The keeper didn't move. And then this is the goal here. Ball in towards cover. He pulls it back to Abbott. Great first touch. What a finish that is from about, 25, 27 yards. And then the 3rd goal here. Alexander ball into cover. Hottie in between the defenders again. And that was another exquisite finish. Blew them away in that 20-minute spell to go and win that local derby 3-0. And there was a couple of goals like Abbott's that I thought might go down as goal of the season, but George Abbott gets the goal of the season this time. As for the finances, sponsorship was down by 5k. Broadcast revenue was up by an awful lot, from 19,900 to 269,000. Corporate was up from 225 to 344. Competition prize money was slightly down, and the match day commercial and retail was slightly down, which is surprising considering we did so well in the Carabao Cup and we came second and got to the second round of the FA Cup. But yeah, it is what it is. 166,000 in merchandise sales, 2,412 shirts sold. Most sold was Florent Hottie there, McCann, Cover, Bather and Alexander selling a lot of shirts too. Best 11, Webb, Sereno, Reed, Dunwoody and Benjamin. Abbott in front of them, McCann and Hottie of course. That midfield trio, absolutely fantastic for us. Cover, James and Alexander. I mean, if you look at this, Alexander got 19, Hottie got 14, Cover got 11, James got 9, McCann got 9. If you look at assists, McCann got 11, Cover got 10, Sereno got 7. Everyone chipping in. Alexander even got 7 assists as well as the striker. And we'll look at the accolades. Record breakers, most clean sheets by a player in the season. Lewis Webb got 21. Most man of the match awards, Florent Hottie got 10 this season. Hottie was the fans player of the year. Richie Reed was the young player of the year. Sign of the season, Xavier Benjamin. Goal of the season we just saw was George Abbott. George Alexander top goal scorer. Charlie McCann top assist maker. Most man of the matches was Florent Hottie. Highest average rating was Florent Hottie, and the most passes completed per 90 minutes was Ben Barkley, who spent most of the season playing either at centre back or in the defensive midfield area. It is history in the making. Started better than anyone would have expected, continued in that vein and stormed all the way to promotion. 103 points as well. What a season it has been. And before we go, do we have any sort of news? We had our budgets come through. I forgot to mention that. We had our budgets come through. So the club are delighted with the vision progress, club vision expectation meetings. That all looks fine. Fight bravely against relegation. At least we've got a season where we don't have to put much pressure on ourselves. Colin James has moved up to team leader, as has Charlie McCann. Ben Barkley still around the club. We'll do the end of the season meeting as well, discuss the plans. We're good enough to not be involved. Oh, they're not happy with that. We'll be as good as we possibly can be. This has gone really badly. We'll just, we'll forget it. We'll leave that. That I thought they'd be happy, but nope, not in the slightest. The finances For next season, we've got 6 grand in the transfer budget and 58,000 in the wage budget. We've still got 17,000 of that left to spend. So there will be players come in, but we won't make a lot of changes again. We'll have to see what comes up on our scout reports, if there's anything of any real note. I mean, straight off the bat, this Liam Sutton, who can play anywhere down the centre of the pitch, he is 28, though. He's a little bit old. But we'll look at that in the next episode, because the next episode will be a transfer special. I don't expect it to be a lot of business done, but there'll be some business. There'll be probably more outgoings than there will be incomings, as we probably try and look to trim the squad and get ourselves set up for League One. If you've enjoyed today's video, if you've enjoyed seeing us get promoted as champions to League One after back-to-back promotions, please leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next time.